What's up? What's up?
What it do, Bean Crew? It's your boy Savon Thomas back with another episode of Coffee and Comments. And today we're going to review the movie The Batman. Just came out, saw us in theaters yesterday. Before we get into our review though, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And please like the video. We appreciate your support. Thanks for being part of our Bean Crew. But this is a review of the movie The Batman. It came out in theaters March 2022. And I went to go see it and I enjoyed it. So just to kind of preference my review, I'm not a big Batman fan. I'm not a big superhero fan. For anybody new to my series, anybody new to Coffee and Comments, I'm not a big superhero guy. I watch the movies, I watch Marvel movies, I watch DC movies, and I get the hype and I understand, like, it's cool to see superheroes and different things, but I've never been like, man, I just love the Batman. Especially not, because first of all, Batman's a hero. I'm not getting into the argument, but to me, Batman's a hero, he's not a superhero.
Move this man!
He's a regular dude that just learned how to fight and has a lot of money. He's basically Elon Musk with hands, right? Or you can say he's Bill Gates, but with hands, right? So it's always funny to me when I see Batman. There's a lot of memes out there. People always slander Batman. I'm all for Batman slander anytime. But this movie was really good. So it was a little bit different of a path. Most Batman movies I've seen, The Dark Knight, all these other things, the Batman's more of like a superhero. Like, it's not really like him being like a super detective. It's more of him, you know, just fighting bad guys, right? Which is, great, right? In this movie, we see Robert Pattinson's Batman go more into like a detective sleuth mode type Batman versus just like, I'm just gonna beat up bad guys, which he does do a great job of beating up bad guys, but his is a little bit different. First of all, he seems like a younger Batman. I'm not too sure like where in the timeline of the universe is that this Batman exists or what, you know, he's supposed to represent. But Robert Pattinson's Batman is just a little bit different than what I've seen. Less muscular. His suit makes him muscular, but as far as him as a person, he's not as muscular. It doesn't really seem like he's like very old. He might be in his like late 20s, early 30s, based off of what I'm seeing on screen. But the movie did a great job of depicting, you know, the storyline and the Riddler versus the Batman and them working together. Not working together, but working against each other, but then working together, but then not at the same time. Anyway, that's really just kind of a recap of the story and how things work out. As far as like my review of everything going on, the movie did a great job. So the actors in the movie played their parts well. Robert Pattinson's Batman, I wouldn't say is my favorite Batman, but he does a good job as Batman. I made a few jokes in the movie when his hair was like this over his face. I'm like, what is going on? It's like a emo Batman. Like, it's not like the tough, like gritty Batman. No, it felt like a little bit more of like an emo Batman. But he does a good job. Robert Pattinson does a good job. Then you have the guy that played the Riddler. He acted fantastic. I liked him more when he was in the jail scene and he was just being like kind of like an emotional psychopath. Like the ability to take your range to that level and channel the energy of like a emotional person. It was just, I was like, man, that was a really good scene. Like, I really enjoyed how he acted that part. Colin Farrell as the Penguin crushed it. Then the guy that played, what's the dude's name? Falcone. He was my favorite one. Like, out of everybody that it was in the movie, the guy that played Falcone, and forgive me for forgetting his name, he was actually Mr. Deeds. He played the butler in Mr. Deeds. But he absolutely crushed Falcone. Like, he crushed the character Falcone. I really enjoyed seeing him, you know, play that character in that role because he did a great job. And then obviously Zoe Kravitz, great job in her role as Catwoman. And so this movie, each actor plays their role as well. The filmography, the visuals are fantastic as well. I really didn't catch it like the score of the movie. I wouldn't say like the music was like amazing or anything like that. There was nothing like to me that stood out when it comes to the score. What else? The plot was good. I mean, the story overall was very good. I mean, this was one of the better DC movies I've seen. I'm not saying I'm like the DC critic, but it's one of the better DC movies I've seen. Right, and I enjoyed it. I wouldn't like say it's like the greatest movie ever, but it was really good. Like I gave this movie an 8.6 out of 10. I like this movie. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend going to see it. It is 3 hours, but it doesn't feel like 3 hours. It doesn't. The story plays out so well, and you're always anticipating the next thing that it doesn't feel like it's 3 hours that you're in the theater. This is a longer movie. Like obviously, you're gonna feel like I had to go to the restroom at least once, but because there's so much unfolding. You look forward to staying in your seat and watching the entire movie, so you're not like feeling like, oh man, this is a 3 hour long movie. So it is 3 hours, but don't let that bog you down. It's a very good movie. Go watch it, The Batman. I watched it in theaters, but thanks for tuning in to my review. Another episode of Coffee and Comments.